What the hell is up with Heineken, man? Heineken's probably one of my favorite beers. It's not my favorite beer. I don't have a favorite beer. I like Heineken. I like all kinds of beer. I like Budweiser. You know, the Heineken commercials are killing me. Are they the gayest commercials you ever seen? I'm sitting there watching the Flyers win. Thank you very much. I'm sitting there watching the Flyers just beat the Stanley Cup champions. Thank you very much. Alright, let's start over again. I'm sitting there watching the Flyers beat the Jersey Devils asses. Sorry, here we go. Let me start over again. I'm sitting there watching the Flyers, and when a commercial comes on, a Heineken commercial comes on, and I swear to God, it's like, it's a gay fest commercial. A gay fest. You guys, if any of you guys seen these Heineken commercials lately? Oh my, they're gonna lose customers, man. I'm telling you, with these stupid commercials, they're not only stupid and feminine, which is, but they're irritating. They piss you off. They're so corny. Whew, Jesus Christ. Guy dancing around like a fucking ballerina with his fucking hair all fucking greased up and spinning in circles like a fucking dork. That's my beer? Really? You know what, Heineken? Kiss my Heine. I'm not grabbing your Heine anymore. I got a little mini keg in the refrigerator, and that's it. I'm going to another beer because of your gay ass commercial. Nothing against gay people. It's just, it has nothing to do with gay. It's just fucking corny irritation. You know what I mean? Alright. We're going to fully break down this 1911. I might stutter here and there because it's been a while. But they're fun to break down. First thing we need to do is take the mag out. That is an ACT mag. They're very good magazines. And usually with a Rock Island Armory, an ACT mag comes with it. Or a Novak mag. It's the same fucking thing. We will check the chamber. Okay, everything looks clear. And the first thing we're going to do is take the slide off. Okay. Now what you're supposed to do is with this size gun is rack it back, hold it back, and it has a little pin, a hole for a pin, and put a pin in there to hold the spring tension. Well, I have one somewhere. Let me see if I can get one, because we want to try to do it right. I should have one, like a million of them. Sorry, Tom, I gotta move this. Here I do, I got one. The only weird thing is with these, it's in a weird spot. So you gotta, if you don't put this in right, you want to be able to get the pin in there. See, look, it's not rotated in the right spot. So what I can do is, let's take this off. I think I'd have it down by now, Jeez. Now, I could do it this way, since I'm on my medication, so my hands are a little stronger than they used to be. The medication, I think, is working. Could do it like that, and just take the whole thing out. Ooh, ain't you slick? You're a slick boy. All right, now take the barrel out. Comes right out the front. See it? You really should have a cameraman when you're doing a detailed disassembly like this. Now, I'm going to take the slide apart first. I'll put the frame aside. There ain't much in a 1911 slide. Okay, hold on. Let me get these cocksucking dogs. Give my dog choo-choos. Here, you take one. Here, and you take one. Now go chew your friggin' bone and relax. Sorry, guys. You know what I'm saying? Jeez. You go over here. Here, go over there. Okay. Now I'm going to take apart the slide of the 45, and the first thing you do is push the firing pin in, and at the same time there's a plate that slides up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get a punch. Now you gotta watch, and this thing will shoot out. Once this plate slides up, that firing pin will shoot out. So what you do is just give it a head start, push the firing pin in, give it a little like that. See what I did? Now I'm going to push the plate up the rest of the way, but I'm going to keep my finger over the hole. Here comes the plate. Now these punches are real soft, so now I'm going to push the plate up. There's the stop plate, and here's the firing pin coming out. So if you really want to detail strip your slide, it's not hard. There should be a spring in there too. Here's the spring. When you take the spring out, make sure you look at it. Make sure it's symmetrical. This way you won't put it on backwards. Okay, good. Spring's out. Now I want to take out is the extractor, which is right here. And I'll just put that in there and just give it a little nudge. Well, that one's in there tight, ain't it? Okay, I'm gonna have to loosen that. Hold on. Okay, this extractor is really tight, but that's a good thing. You don't want much play in an extractor, because if you change the angle of it, it might have failures to eject. So I had to get a hard steel punch and pry it out. Just put it in there, and it's coming out though. Right. Here's your extractor. So if I ever have to replace that, look how easy that is to replace. The 1911 is very simple to disassemble. I mean, I don't think it has that many parts. I mean, that's it. This is bone. I mean, this is skeleton. There's nothing else in here. The slide is completely disassembled. There's nothing else left to do. And you can give it a real thorough cleaning if I wanted to. That's it. That's all the parts for the slide. So you got the slide. You got the recoil, captured recoil spring and all that shit. You got the barrel. You got the firing pin spring. If you want, so you don't get mixed up, you can put it on the firing pin. Okay. You got the firing pin stop plate. That's what I call it. I don't know if that's the correct term. And you have the extractor. And then that's the whole full disassembly for the slide. Okay. Oh, there's a slide stop pin. I hope this helped you out. I mean, we could do the frame another time. The frame's not hard either. It's not. But it's really make the video long if we do that. I could do that as a part 2 or something. But this is something that you need to know, because believe it or not, after like 500 rounds, after like even 1,000 rounds, you really want to learn how to take your slide apart. You really don't have to get into the frame too much, unless you got thousands of rounds through it, and then you wanna get your frame and really strip your frame down. I mean, that's just something you do every once in a while. But believe it or not, I think it's necessary to take the whole slide apart, because it's not hard for one, and you'll give it a good cleaning. So that's pretty much it. Now to reassemble it, we just reverse everything. We're going to put the extractor back in. Now the extractor has a notch. Okay. Let me zoom all the way out so we can see the notch here. You got to make sure that notch is facing in this direction. I'm just going to slide that in there. I'm going to push it. It's a real tight fit, but that is good. Now we want to make sure, what's very important, I need to tap it a little. This hammer is overkill. I mean, I'm just tapping it. I just want to tap it just till it's perfectly lined up with the groove. I don't know if you could see that, but there's a, let me get a pointer. There's a groove from the top all the way down to here, and part of that groove is in that extractor, and you got to make sure everything's lined up perfectly, or your stop plate won't slide in. And you want to make sure your extractor, say this is the extractor, and you cock this way or cock this spun. It has to be what they call it 0-0, which is perfectly plumb. Okay. Now I'm looking at it close, and it looks like it has to come in a little more. If this ain't perfect, now if I go in too far, it'll give me problems too, which I did. If this ain't perfect, you have a lot of problems getting that stop plate back in. A lot of problems, and you'll be going nuts. You want to. Let me see where I got it. It should feel very flush. Let's try it again. A little tap. That is perfect. Okay. Is it straight up and down? Yep. That's what it should look like. See it? Straight up and down? No. Because if it's straight up and down there, then it's perfectly straight up and down in there. Okay? We'll give it a function check when we're done. Okay, now the next thing that's going to go in is the firing pin, I think. Yeah, the firing pin's next. And it's going to be hard for me to show you this on camera. You just got to visualize what the hell I'm doing. Let me make sure the firing pin goes in next. Yes, you just drop the firing pin in with the spring, like that. See? Now what you got to do is, we're going to put this plate on. So get the plate. So I never get this in one shot, especially on a new gun. Now what you got to do is you got to push this down. And at the same time, I had a special screwdriver I used to use this for. You got to push this down, and at the same time, hold it this way in case it shoots out. You don't want to hit you in the face, because it will. Okay, it's being a good boy today. I got it in there, and I slid the plate down a little bit just to hold it. Now I'm going to slide the plate down more until it clicks in, but I got to push the firing pin down a little bit more to give it room to wiggle. It needs wiggle room. There it goes. Now watch. Sup. Okay. Firing pins in. Beautiful. Okay, and then the rest is pretty simple. You guys know the rest. We put the barrel in next. In case you're a new gun owner. Put the barrel in next. This is called your barrel link. We'll flip that upwards. And then we'll put the captured recoil spring in here. I don't know if you see how I'm going in here. Okay. Okay. Here it goes. Perfect. It's in there. Now, next thing I want to do is take the recoil spring out. I mean, take the pin out that holds the pressure back for the recoil spring. There's a bunch of ways you could do it. You could do it with the slide, and if the recoil spring isn't in the right direction, you can do it by hand, which I'm going to do right now because I don't care. I'll just push it up a little. Take this out, and watch, it'll pinch your finger if you're not careful, and lower it like that. And there you go. That's all in. Now all I gotta do is slap my slide on. Remember, before you put the slide on, make sure your barrel link is up, because this has to go through the barrel link. Hope you're seeing what I just did there. Okay, this is just a full disassembly on the slide. Okay, I never did that before, so something new. What am I doing? And that's all. That's all it really is. Okay, everything looks good. Okay, here it goes. Sometimes it gets hung up. I'm not sure what it gets hung up on. I just fucking had it and I just fucked it up because I'm being a retard. Wait a minute. If you want to, you can line up your barrel link like that with a punch. Just gotta make sure it's in there. Okay. Alright. Push this bad boy back. And that's it. Now, the crucial thing that would be considered a pretty thorough 1911 cleaning. To take the barrel out, take all that out, and take the whole slide apart. Take the firing pin out, take the spring out, take the extractor out, because all that shit gets gunpowder all over the place. Now there's only one thing that concerns me when I do this. There's only one thing really to worry about. And that is to make sure my extractor works great. So I got to get a bunch of snap caps, which I don't have too many of them. I think I got 3 45s. What I'm doing now is I'm filling this up with snap caps to make sure it's going to eject okay. It's good. Not enough to convince me though. I want to do it again. Okay. Ejecting good. They're all shooting in the same direction. And that tells me that my extractor is probably center. Alright. It's good. I'm convinced. Okay, now the final, what am I doing? The final function test is I want to make sure my firing pin works. But there's only one way to do it in a safe way, is use a pencil. If the pencil flies out, we know the firing pin works. Okay, we can use a pen. Cock the hammer. Make sure she ain't loaded. Let's take the mag out again. Never sure. Okay. Okay, the hammer's cocked. Put a pen in there like this, and shoot it. Okay. Firing pin works. Extractor works. Gun's ready to go to the range. Or a lot of you guys probably seen that before, but you got to do this stuff, man, because there's a lot of new subscribers and they want to see how to do this stuff. Some of them don't know how to do it. All right. Maybe next time we'll do the whole frame. Not today. It's not up to it. I should be getting some ammo today, and hopefully tomorrow we'll go shoot the Smith & Wesson 686. Later.